Dr. Geetahun Victoria, Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, Government of Ethiopia, Dr. Leo, Honorable Minister of Education, Science, Technology and Scientific Research, Zambia, Dr. Campita Sail Loga, Director General, National Innovation Agency, Rwanda, Mr. T. Muralidharan, Chairman, FICCI Telangana State Council and Chairman, TMI Group of Companies, Mr. Ajit Rangnekar, Director General Research and Innovation, Government of Telangana, Mr. S.K. Varshney, my colleague from Department of Science and Technology, Mr. Nilankar Saxena, Deputy Secretary General of FICCI, dear friends, colleagues, all the people from the corporate world, industry, scientists, researchers, innovators. Good morning, all of you friends. I'm really happy to address this gathering of the DST FICCI Global R&D Summit 2019 in this historic city of Hyderabad in the progressive state of Telangana. I extend my hearty welcome to all of you, all the delegates, experts, speakers, and all the officials from various countries, especially from Africa and different states in India, who have contributed till now to successful deliberations at this summit. I would like to especially thank Honorable Ministers of Africa and their senior officials and delegates for participating in this summit, for participating in the summit focused on the theme International Collaboration in Research and Development for Sustainable Growth with partner continent Africa. India's science and technology achievements have steadfastly triggered India's growth and delivered socio-economic impact development. The vision of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji is to share our technology and innovations for shared prosperity in our partner nations in Africa. India wishes to also create bilateral and multilateral platforms with like-minded South-South cooperation partners to forge collaborations to ensure sustainable growth in the developing countries. I am delighted to note that this year's partner continent is Africa. The Ministry of Science and Technology in India has been conducting multiple programs in and with Africa, implemented by FICCI's Center for Innovation, Science and Technology Commercialization, called FICCI CTAC. For several decades, India has provided scholarships to tens of thousands of African students at undergraduate, graduate, doctoral and postdoctoral levels. Researchers and fellows are invited to specialized institutions. We have helped this model and have established institutions of collaborative research, capacity building and enterprise development. Just 2 years ago, India began a new initiative. I would like to particularly mention of the first ever and unique technology sharing and transfer program, namely the India-Rwanda Innovation Growth Program that has successfully demonstrated that validated, robust, affordable technology-led innovations from India can be adopted and adapted and deftly deployed for triggering sustainable and inclusive growth in our strategic partner country of Rwanda. I am delighted to note that in the very first year this pilot program has matched 11 enterprises and institutions from India with 14 enterprises and institutions in Rwanda. The program is unique in that it assesses and addresses the need of the recipient country. In the first year, The India-Rwanda program matches include 100% compostable, affordable sanitary napkins that are critical to educating the girl child, women empowerment through livelihood creation, and most importantly, ensuring female hygiene and health to helping develop a full-blown leather park with the entire value chain and last mile delivery of affordable high-speed broadband that today is a must to fulfill the aspiration of the masses and ensure provision of services to them. India is now proud to scale this program by extending it to another important partner, Ethiopia. I hope that as an extension of these programs, we are able to stimulate collaborations in R&D and further innovate to potentially deliver present and future solutions. India is among the top ranking countries in the field of basic research today. The year 2018 has seen India research and development with technology and innovation getting further recognition as one of the most powerful instruments of growth and development. Department of Science and Technology, with the objective of promoting new areas of science and technology, plays the role of a nodal department for organizing, coordinating, and promoting science and technology activities in the country. Research and development in science and technology leads to innovation, and innovation in turn leads to economic growth. R&D typically comes from two sources. That is private R&D, which is what large companies in the area of pharma and electronics do, and public R&D, government exploration in defense, atomic energy, space, agriculture, etc. A survey conducted by the DST shows that India is amongst the top 13 countries in terms of share of the public sector in R&D. The countries in the list include the United States, Russia, United Kingdom, Spain, Korea, Mexico, Japan, Italy, China, Germany, France, and Australia. Over 80% of the R&D spent in India comes from market research. Agencies like Defense Research and Development Organization, properly called as the DRDO, India Space Research Organization ISRO, Indian Council of Agricultural Research, Department of Atomic Energy, Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, etc. India offers distinct advantages to encourage R&D. Firstly, the burgeoning aspirational middle class represents a huge market for a host of products. This is a great starting point for innovation and R&D. Secondly, India boasts of a large pool of an English-speaking manpower, which is hard to find in most countries. This makes execution of R&D plans much easier. Lastly, the government has a catalytic R&D policy, and the upgraded infrastructure in India is at par with most nations. India has instituted adequate regulatory and tax incentives. In many cases, India offers R&D super deductions to the tune of 200%, which is at par with the best in the world. From a direct tax perspective, R&D spending offers tax breaks and incentives for R&D contribution in the form of accelerated depreciation. There are incentives in indirect taxes such as customs duty exemption for import of specific goods for R&D, EPCG scheme application, etc. Beyond the central government incentives, state governments also offer additional incentives for R&D. Science and technology, research and development, and now innovation is the culture of a new and dynamic India. Despite our immense challenges, the Government of India and the state governments, academia and the industry have begun to forge a synergistic working relationship. The public at large has been drawn into the process. India has created an unparalleled innovation ecosystem. Well-funded schemes today induce innovative ideas that germinate from the grassroots, including tinkering labs at primary to high secondary level, going up to grand challenges that involve young minds at colleges and universities. Technology and business experts mentor the conversion of validated ideas into products and services that solve problems. India boasts of premier R&D institutions, both private and public, that follow a focused approach with well-defined deliverables. Sector-specific employable skills drive manufacturing as well as delivery of services. All these fuel our inclusive and steady economic growth. India is a powerhouse today with cutting-edge technology and innovation on the one hand, and on the other we create sustainable social enterprises, especially in rural areas, and are able to scale and help them. We are improvising the ecosystem every day, and we have it on offer not only within our country, but are willing and able to share it or share prosperity with our partner nations. It is the only way to achieve the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. The Global R&D Summit brings together tremendous global knowledge of nations, enterprises, institutions, and experts and best practices. This stimulates need-based technology transfers and acquisitions, R&D collaborations for products and services of the future. Working collectively, India and developing countries, especially Africa, could create a new paradigm in South-South cooperation across thematic areas such as agriculture, food processing, healthcare, metals and mining, renewable energy, new materials, clean and green technologies, and many interventions that should help us to deliver inclusive and sustainable growth in our respective economies. I hope the deliberations have thrown up new ways and means to forge partnerships, to put science and technology, R&D and innovations to address the present as well as future challenges. Friends, let me share with you, I just gave a brief account of how the country is in fact progressing under the dynamic leadership of our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is a great visionary leader and who is not only appreciated in India right now, but is being appreciated all over the world. Just now, when we are having this program, he just now received another international prize in Seoul, Korea, just now. And he already had, recently he received the United Nations highest award for working in the field of environment, the Earth Care Award. And similarly, a lot of other awards. But what I wish to mention that India is having a golden period under the able leadership of Narendra Modi ji. And he is a visionary leader who, in fact, enjoys the legacy of another great Prime Minister of India, Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who was a great visionary leader again and who did so much for Indian science. And he was the one who brought science to the center stage of Indian politics when he was the Prime Minister. And earlier, one of our Prime Minister had said, gave a slogan that it should be Jai Jawan and Jai Kisan. But our Prime Minister, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, added Jai Vigyan to that, means Jai Science. But the most recent development has been our dynamic Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji added one more dimension to it. That now it's not only Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan and Jai Vigyan, it's now Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan and also Jai Anusandhan. And this government is committed so much to research and developing of this innovation ecosystem. There is a very robust startup and stand-up program. Any young mind, old mind, whether formally educated or not, but if he has a bright idea in his mind, and he wants to convert that idea into an entrepreneurship program, he has the vision to deliver something good for the country, for the society, and simultaneously, you can say, stand up on his own feet. Uh, the government of Prime Minister Narendra Modi stands rock solid behind such individuals in terms of not only giving them financial support, but also mentoring them with the best possible uh, minds in the country, best possible scientific acumen in the country, best possible research institutions in the country. And that is why you see in the last couple of years we have seen so many innovations, in fact, accumulating. If you go and visit National Innovation Foundation in Ahmedabad, and she might be interested in that, we have over 2 lakh innovations there. And it's now, for us, the bigger issue and the bigger problem is that there are so many innovations. How do you really take them to the people of India? How do you commercialize them? And I can promise that if you take up, bring along with you significant time to spend in India and visit some of these places, some of our prestigious laboratories. Uh, Whatever I'm trying to convey, your visit to those places will speak volumes of what we are doing. And just to give you a brief idea about where does India's science stand today, at the official level in the whole world. We just now saw some of the CSIR things, and some of the CSIR technologies developed have been. They have seen collaboration happening, and they being transferred to countries in Africa also. We have a list of 1207 institutions like CSIR in the whole world. These are the institutions, whether they belong to US, UK, Germany, South Korea, Japan, Australia, Israel, whichever country you can think of. And these are the institutions, 1207, like CSIR, supported by government money. They are funded, they enjoy public funding, they do research, they develop technologies, they then transfer those technology for the benefit of people. And in that list of 1207 today, officially as per the international Chicago ranking, India stands at 9th position in the whole world. That's the level of development of science in India. We are third in the whole world in terms of nanotechnology. In tsunami early warnings, we are probably number one in the whole world in weather forecasting, cyclones, assessments, warnings, and all these studies about oceans and all. We are fourth in the whole world. Means we have a 10 petaflop supercomputing mechanism, and we are sixth in the whole world in terms of our scientific publications in reputed journals of the whole world. Our growth rate for science publications is 14%. You'll be surprised that the international growth rate is just about 4%. So it's almost in every field that you can think of in science, we enjoy, I think, a very good position, and our Prime Minister has a very clear vision that he wants to make India amongst the top 2 3 scientific nations of the whole world by the year 2030. So I can promise that this movement of cooperation with South Africa, and more particularly focused on science and technology and innovations. And then, of course, we have a strong belief that technology could be local, but science is overall universal. It is for the anything developed anywhere by anyone in terms of research in any lab, anywhere in the world. It is for the betterment of mankind. It is for helping the human beings. It is for ensuring that we are able to alleviate the sufferings of people with the help of science and technology. And being a science and technology minister for almost 5 years now, I have this firm conviction now, and this I say after having visited every scientific institution in this country, and after having seen science from very close quarters, after having gone into the nitty-gritty of things, after having seen the work of the scientists through the microscope also, I have this firm belief that science has the potential to solve every problem on this earth. And if we could use science to be a, you can say, fulcrum of ensuring that we give a better world to the whole society, I think science has a huge potential, and I am sure that you, three senior people who have come from three countries, I think you, after having worked in science, must also have the same feeling. So I strongly feel that this is a very, very important meeting where we are now collaborating about the research and its developments, also trying to exchange the benefits that have been developed from science and trying to share them for the people of this world. I'm sure that this meetings like this will go down in history as very strong meetings which will certainly help the people of with Africa. We have a very emotional relationship for years and decades and centuries, and I think whenever we go to Africa, we feel so like it's like a great feeling which difficult to describe. It's at least I brought my vocabulary. The great Mahatma Gandhi has also, I think, institutionalized that relationship into something good and something really pious. So, and of course, Nelson Mandela ji, I fondly remember that when I became a minister for the first time 25 years back, and Nelson Mandela had just come out of jail. He gave a civic reception to him, and he in fact represents the whole of that continent. So it's a great feeling. I'm sorry I couldn't come to the meeting yesterday, but I'm happy that another country and my dear friend has also joined this movement of cooperation. And I pray to God that we make it a big, huge success. Thank you so much.